love square for the past couple of days. The latest is Nessa Barrett and Jaden Hossler. They just confirmed their relationship after they were spotted leaving the nice guy in West Hollywood together recently. Once news spread that they were in fact dating and, quote, the happiest they've ever been, end quote, the two were then spotted at Shutters on the Beach in Santa Monica, hugging each other and wearing each other's clothes. Yes, Nessa appeared to be wearing Jaden's flannel while Jaden was wearing Nessa's shorts. You heard that right. Who wears short shorts? I guess TikTok boys love their short shorts. Also, fans noticed that Nessa and Jaden both appeared to have fresh ink of the number 3 on their bodies. This ink was shared by the tattoo artist. Jaden has this tattoo on his neck, while Nessa has the same number 3 right above her thumb. According to numerology, the number 3 is symbolic of listening to your heart, which will show you the right way in life. What do you guys think about this?
Oh my God. Literally so much has happened within the past couple of days. Like, I can't keep up. Okay. Didn't Jaden and Mads also get matching tattoos?
They did. They also had matching tattoos. That's correct. That is a big thing. We've seen the matching tattoos, but usually it's like when a couple is together for a while. Not to bring it up, but like Quentin and Cynthia, like they had their matching tattoos, which were on their ring fingers that Quentin told us about here in the studio. So yeah, the fact that they got the matching tattoos and they have to be at the very most like a couple of weeks into officially dating, but they've known each other forever at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. And I can also, assume that, not even assume, like it's fact that they've been spending a lot of time together doing press for their song because of their song. If they are in the studio working on more music together, I can assume that they're really like together like all the time. So it's not surprising that, that would have happened.
Rodrigo, do you believe that this relationship is real, or do you think that this relationship is to promote their song?
So I was going to go into that. First of all, I'm so overwhelmed with the amount of information that we're getting this week. Each day we have new things going on. But exactly, I was thinking about that because they just had an Ellen appearance, a Kimmel appearance, and it's just timely wise, it's just so perfect to be happening right now, all of these things. And I don't know. I feel that with the tattoo, it just gave me more strength that it's real, because come on, putting a tattoo on your body that early, it's just like, that's permanent, girl. So I'm hoping that it's not a marketing game right now, because I'll feel very fooled. But I'm just very confused at this moment because there are so many things happening at the same time. Like I every time I go to sleep and I wake up, TikTok is going insane, and I'm just like, what is happening? What is happening? So Gabby, help me.
Yeah, well, the drama accounts, TikTok Room, TikTok Insiders, they are keeping us up to date on the latest. TikTok Room, I think, could not compute. It shut down yesterday as all this was happening. So this has been happening. And then also on top of that, Call Her Daddy, the podcast that Mads Lewis was on. The timing of this, the podcast just came out today as we report this. It was teased for like the past couple of days. I believe that Mads recorded this maybe a week ago at this point. So at the time that she had recorded, we found out through this podcast that Nessa and Josh had actually been broken up for a while before Josh had announced on his podcast last week, BFFs, also a Barstool Sports podcast, saying that they were done. It had also sounded like Josh was really convinced about a week ago or so, or whenever him and Nessa had broken up before she started getting with Jaden, that Josh was convinced that he could make it work. He thought that he would marry Nessa someday. It sounds like those dreams are over. But it also does sound like, in what Mads had stressed, that while there was like shady stuff going on, it doesn't seem like there was cheating, like maybe emotional cheating, but it doesn't seem that Jaden and Nessa had crossed that line until they were both officially single. Now, the other thing I want to add to this is the fact of apparently Jaden's manager was also kind of in his ear, and that was something that Mads had addressed, that Jaden's manager was in his ear about like, oh, well, Nessa likes you too, like, and you should go to Laguna, like, without her and like see what happens, like, without Mads, and leave Mads at home. And like, it seems like this Laguna trip is kind of where maybe the beginning of the relationship started. I also said yesterday when I reported this that I am getting like major Star is Born vibes from this whole situation. Like, they have this song They're like falling for each other. It's not really a love song. It's more about like, you know, living fast and maybe dying young or something like that in Hollywood. But yeah, like a lot to unpack here. Kaylana or Rodrigo, yeah, what are you guys thinking?
No, but is it A Star Is Born like in the movie, or is it going to be like Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper in real life, that we all thought they were dating and they were not? They were just making us think that they were in love. So you would go see the movie,
right? Yeah, I think it's more of that. Or I mean, I don't want to actually. Star Is Born is probably a bad example because spoiler alert, and it's not really a spoiler alert because this plot has been around for literally 100 years almost at this point. Bradley Cooper's character dies. So we don't want Jaden to die. We think everyone's going to be fine. But it's that whole like kind of like, you know, they like fell in love through the music. Like that's the narrative that I feel like I'm getting from all this.
Yeah.
But also, did you see the video when they were, that video when they're wearing each other's clothes? Mm-hmm. That there's a moment in that video that she actually spots the paparazzi and it just feels placed, man. There was that moment to me that I was just like, because for a good moment in the video, they were just living their lives, doing their thing. And then there's that moment that she just turns and she's just like looking and she whispers something and then she looks again. I'm like, girl, are you guys marketing up? Well, me, I'm here invested and you're doing marketing. What's going on?
Well, we reported last week on, you know, Addison Rae like tipping the paparazzi, which Page Six had reported on, which I'm like, why is that even news? Like every celebrity tips the paparazzi to some extent. I don't know if Nessa and Jaden are tipping the paparazzi. I do know that the places that they're going to are places that the paparazzi hangs out. The paparazzi's always at the Nice Guy. The paparazzi is Shutters. It's like a very high profile, fancy hotel in Santa Monica. Like they're like celebrities are there all the time. So paparazzis definitely have eyes on Shutters. So that is kind of the interesting thing. It's like, had they really wanted to like, you know, bask in like this first, like, I guess, official public week of dating and they wanted to be alone, why would they go to these hot spots in Hollywood? Why not like go to Joshua Tree or go to Palm Springs and like just kind of get away from the city and just like be with each other?
Yeah, I don't know. Like that's the thing. It's like I want to believe that, you know, sure, maybe they did fall for each other, whatever. It's not a scheme, it's not a ruse, we're not being bamboozled. But at the same time, it's like it's all too perfectly placed. Like how do you look directly into the paparazzi camera, look back, and then now you're both looking at the paparazzi? It's like, it's fishy, it's sketchy.
Well, also, so I think it actually was Fallon, wrong Jimmy Rodrigo, but it's okay. I think they were on Fallon and then they were on Ellen. I bet you they have another appearance coming out. It sounds like they're doing the rounds, but like also like that's a great opportunity to bring the two of them on the couch and for this talk show host to be like, I hear you're dating, tell me about that. So we're creating this narrative, which maybe it is true. I hope it's true, because if they really are the happiest they've ever been, I really hope that. But I don't know, we're seeing this narrative play out many times before. I can't help but wonder, like, is this real?
No, yeah, and also when I was listening to the podcast, and then Mads is just like, the album is life-changing. It just, like, even her feels like there's some part of it. Like, if I go on that route of, like, this is all marketing, I can easily just be like, because like the whole time I'm listening to the podcast, it's just like, I know that she's hurt. I know that she's just trying to be strong and mature. But like, man, she was really promoting it. Like she, for a good 3 minutes, she was like.
My God. Wait, guys, this is so funny. Sophie in the chat is saying 3 is the number of days they've been dating.
Oh! Damn.
She didn't lie though.
Damn.
They didn't lie.
Clocked.
That is like
Clocked.
Right, Sophie. Like you're kind of right about that. Like I don't think, but I do think they got it for symbolically. Also, people are talking their team Josh, team Mads. I mean, what about Mads and Josh like getting together? Like Mads was super apologetic and kind to Josh on Call Her Daddy podcast, sending nothing but love his way, saying that they were friends first, because you know at one point it was these 2 best friends or 4 best friends who were dating, you know, and now maybe it'll switch. Maybe Mads and Josh could get together after this.
I don't see. This is my thing with like the entire situation, right? Like obviously we know now there wasn't any like actual physical cheating during Mads' relationship with Jaden, so that, you know, that's fine, whatever. But then it's also like, okay, but you know you have feelings for somebody else, you should have like told her. Like you should have brought that up. That should have been a point in, you know, your relationship. So like I don't know. Like it's I don't know, how do you combat that? I feel like the 4 of them, like if they were to, you know, just swap, I feel like that'd be so awkward.
Well, I mean, there are swingers. That's a thing. Swinger parties, key parties. These are real, Kaylana. People do this.
They
Maybe
exist.
that's what
They
are
exist.
into. I don't know. Also, someone in the chat is also saying how this is reminding them a lot of Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes, which is true. I mean, people love the love story narrative in musicians. Camila and Shawn are definitely officially dating, and they're together and they're happy. But it does help people get invested in songs. Also, seeing how the alleged love triangle really helped Olivia Rodrigo's song.
Yes.
Like, this is, people like that tea and they like it in their music, I guess.
No, yeah, I think the reality meets music all the time, and then everybody just gets extremely invested. And I think that they are using this to their advantage because, as we know, his manager got involved in the situation. So you never know when it was like, I can think of it was real to a certain extent, and then later on there were some power plays being made. I wouldn't see past a manager or their team just trying to figure out how to maneuver and play the situation to their advantage because their music's coming out. So there's so many things that can come out of a simple scandal these days.
I'm also dying out of the hot takes that are coming about what the 3 symbolizes. Lola Rogers says, number 3 is the number of times people have forgiven Nessa and then she screwed up again.
Whoop! All right.
I feel for Nessa though. Nessa, we know she's been very open about her mental health. I do want to make it very clear. We are not sending any hate to any of these people involved. We are sending nothing but love. We are fans of all of them first and foremost. We are just updating you on the tea because it's so hot and we know you guys want to know. So we're letting you know everything we know about the situation.
Yeah, I hope that Nessa now is happy. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the first time that this kind of situation has happened. So I'm really hoping that she found her guy and she can settle, be happy, build something with him. And then, like, now their careers are going somewhere. Like, come on. Like, they are getting... It's really hard to see TikTokers make that transition into like mainstream media. Mm-hmm. So now they are making that transition. Like they have been in major TV shows right now doing appearances. So it's just a matter of time for them to like maybe get Grammy nominations, AMAs, whatever. So I'm just hoping that even though they're going on a very nice path professionally, romantically, that will go as such.
It's a good song. I mean, Mads even said, she's like, I love the song. I'm so proud for Jaden. It sounds like also that Mads and Jaden's relationship is like, they're working on it. They're working on being friends. Like a couple of days ago on another podcast, Mads said that Jaden is one of her closest friends and that the only thing is like they had baby names planned, which she wouldn't tell Indiana Massara, who she was on the podcast, or whose podcast she was on, but that she hopes Jaden doesn't steal these baby names for his own relationship down the line.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, yeah, I think and everyone, what people are saying, and I feel this too, it's like Josh is really the one that I think everyone's the most concerned about. Luckily, he is with his Sway Boys. He's in Miami right now. They all have their matching palm tree necklaces. Love that for them. And he is currently recording an emergency BFF podcast episode, which we were hoping we'd have before this report, but we don't. But we will keep you up to date about what he says on his side of the story when that is released.
Yeah, I feel for Josh. Like, I feel like if there's anyone who really got, I can't say that word, but the poop end of the stick, it was
the bad end of
Josh.
the deal. That's correct, Kaylana.
It was definitely Josh, and I really do just hope that he's okay. I hope he's handling everything, like in a healthy way. Because all this is a lot. Even what Alex Cooper was saying in the podcast with Matt, you know, it's one thing to be like an 18-year-old, a teenager, whatever, dealing with these things on a day-to-day basis, but to have 11 million people or however million people following you and giving their input on you and your life and your relationship and these people and all this stuff, oh my gosh, like that just takes it up like 10,000 notches. So kudos to him. I really do hope he's like working through everything.
No, yeah, exactly what you just said. And everything that we are watching is just them being teenagers. Like things do get messy. When she posted that video with that collage, this is normal. This is normal. This is how teenagers behave. They behave out of like anger and they do something that they regret. The issue is that usually when they do something wrong, the principal calls them, their parents say something, but now you have 11 million people plus.
Oh, it's more than that. It's
Yeah.
all of their followers.
Yeah.
They each have like a bunch of million. Like I can't even count the number of how many people have been seeing this and like know what's going on. But Mads Lewis did say on Call Her Daddy that, you know, she doesn't regret that video that she made, and actually that the Taylor Swift Better Than Revenge, or right, Sweeter Than Revenge,
Yes.
Sweeter Than
Better Than Revenge.
That song, like she did that as kind of a joke at the time, and it wasn't to allude that Nessa and Jaden were like dating. It was just kind of like, yeah, Nessa like kind of ruined the relationship. And also at the time, and something to remember is like Mads and Nessa, they used to be friends. Like now Mads sees Nessa as a frenemy and had felt this way about her for a while now. So even when Jaden was doing the song with her, she was like happy for Jaden because the song was really good, but also she was like, she probably wished it was anyone but Nessa because of their history and their past.
Yeah, I don't know. All the tea Mads was spilling on the podcast, I was like, girl. See, and this is the thing. Like, you can't really make assumptions about situations until you hear both sides. Because at first, it was looking real bad for Mads. It was looking real bad for Mads. And now people are, like, collectively coming together like, oh, okay, like, putting the puzzle pieces together. And now things are, you know, like, working out. The math is mathing now. So...
Yeah, Gramisha says, and this is so true, Mads and Nessa were best friends. They were literally roommates. That's true. That was a while ago. And then recently they have kind of been more frenemies. They haven't been getting along recently. We know that. So yeah, I mean, it's like a lot of stuff going on here. And there really are four sides to the story. I feel like we definitely have Mad's side right now. Nessa, we haven't really heard much about besides her tweet. Jaden did talk to the Hollywood Fix, so we kind of have a little bit of Jaden's side. And then Josh, we got part of his side. I think we're waiting for part 2 of his side. And I feel like that's kind of what we know. Also, remember, Mads went to the hospital yesterday and people are like, are you okay? What is going on? She's fine. She did tell her friends it was like a scheduled surgery or something that she had. And she also is very grateful for all the support and grateful for Call Her Daddy for giving her the platform to tell her truth. And I do think everyone deserves a platform to tell their truth. So I hope we get to hear everyone's side of the story as the story progresses.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, I'm so happy that she taught me 2 powerful lessons. One is follow your gut, follow your instincts. And the second thing, check all of your devices all the time. Because that iPad gave it away.
The iPad gave it away.
But trust your gut, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, she knew something was up. And I've heard that, like, when people say trust your gut, it's really like that animal instinct inside us. It's a part of our brain. It's our subconscious that actually scientifically works faster than your conscious. So the next time you do have a gut feeling, you're probably right. And I don't know if that old saying too, it's like, if you're looking for something, you will find it. You know, if you have a feeling that something's off and you go looking for it, you will find it. And Mads did that, and I don't think she's crazy. Also, she's 18. I feel like anyone, you know, their first big breakup would react to the same situation exactly how she did.
Yeah, no, I would have been worse.
You would have
I would have been worse. I would have been worse.
Yeah, so we're saying, and Abir says, I think Naden was dating when they were with the original partners, and now a week later they got together. Something's not right. Yeah, the timelines are kind of not making sense here. I kind of feel like I need a visual of all the timelines of the breakups and when they got together. But, you know, apparently, according to Jaden, when he did talk to the Hollywood Fix, he said they were being respectful of everyone. So it does sound like that Jaden and Nessa did wait until all the breakups were official before they officially started dating. Hi, Tals28. Hello to you. Hi, Gabriella, Cassidy. Hello to you. Yes, you know, we're trying to figure out the story as it's going on. We have a lot of people that are shipping them, and you know, honestly, at the end of the day, if they're happy. We ship them too. So
yeah, we are discussing this, but in the end of the day, it's just it can happen. You can be with somebody and then you fall for another person. This is not abnormal.
Yeah.
The situation is not like, wow, how did that happen? And also he spends a lot of time with Nessa because they are working together all the time. So and creating, when you're creating with someone, you get inspired by that person, and there's so much magic that is created when you're creating any sort of project with that person. So it's not abnormal that this is happening. So I don't see any villain in the story. I just think that, of course, Mads is getting the short end of the stick because she's getting left alone. But I don't think that it happened. They fell in love, and of course, it timed very well with their music career. But it is what it is. This is not a story about right or wrong, villain, hero. You know what I mean?
Sydney Shelton says hi to Kaylana, and also Abir loves your blue hair, Kaylana. So I just want to give you that message. And hello to Vivian. Hi to you watching. And also, guys, if this is your first time watching us, please make sure you're subscribed and you have those notifications turned on. We go live a lot here at Hollywire. We give you the latest as it's coming in, so you can be informed. Make sure you are subscribed and your notifications are on so you never miss a thing.
One thing I hate seeing about situations like this, though, is like the lack of communication. I just feel like if we just all sat down for some coffee around the table and just talked about our feelings, like it could have been handled so much differently and so much better. Again, going off of what Rodrigo was saying, like, I don't see a victim, I don't see a hero, I don't see, or not a victim, but like there's multiple victims in this is what I'm trying to say. But I just feel like, just sitting down, like, hey, like, so I think I have like feelings for somebody else. How are we gonna combat this? How are we gonna go about this? I feel like that would have just been handled so much better.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, and something that we do need to remember, and something that Mads did stress in her Call Her Daddy interview, is that her and Jaden, like, the relationship was not working.
Yeah.
Like, it definitely was not working. And I think while Josh really wanted his relationship with Nessa to work out, it definitely also wasn't working. So you have 4 people in total. There's 2 couples that are in relationships that aren't working out. They break up, and then 2 people find a connection with each other. I mean, I guess we should be happy for them at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I just feel that she probably is just, Mads is feeling so sad because he gave her a promise ring and they were gonna get married. It was that whole first love fire. So it happens. And look, I'm not a teen. I'm an old cat. You're gonna find so many other men in your life. Like, you're gonna find so much love. Like, it's hard right now, but like as time progresses, things will get better and more people will come in your life. The same way that she just said that she moved into a new house and she has never met these girls that are so supportive of her, and like, she's so young. She's so young. There's so much ahead of her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, 18 is very young. You have so much more life ahead of you. You have your 20s still, and dating in your 20s, which is a roller coaster in itself. And not to mention, they all have their own careers, and like, that's really what the focus is, right? Like, it should be your career first. As Lady Gaga always says, your career will never wake you up in the middle. Will never wake up one morning and say they don't love you anymore, right? Mm-hmm. Like, always follow your dreams, never follow a man. So, I think at the end of the day, like, they're all doing their own stuff. They're working on themselves. That's what's really important. And yes, there'll be many heartbreaks and many loves throughout their lives, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Oof.
Yeah,
I'm like sweating now.
I know.
The tea.
Hi, Jazzy. Hello to you watching. Yes, hello. Yes, hi, everyone. We see you. Thank you so much for watching and being up to date on the story. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, I'm going to give a little refresh of what we're talking about. So Nessa Barrett and Jaden Hossler, they got matching tattoos about almost like hours after the news had broke that they were officially dating. Nessa Barrett and Jaden Hossler confirmed their relationship after they were spotted leaving the nice guy in West Hollywood together. Once this news spread, they were in fact dating and the happiest they've ever been, as they told the paparazzi. The 2 were then spotted at Shutters on the beach in Santa Monica, hugging each other and wearing each other's clothes. Nessa was wearing Jaden's flannel, while Jaden was wearing Nessa's shorts, which were pretty short on him, but he was pulling them off. The fans noticed that Nessa and Jaden both appeared to have fresh ink, which was the number 3 on their bodies. Jaden has his tattoo on his neck, while Nessa has the same above her thumb. According to numerology, the number 3 is symbolic of listening to your heart, which will show you the right way in life. Of course, you guys have some hot takes of what you think 3 might stand for, like the number of days they have been dating and stuff like that. And also, these tattoos were shared by the tattoo artist who had given them ink. It sounds like they got this tattoo. I mean, I feel like they got the tattoo like last night as we report this, and then it was revealed today, unless they got it today. Maybe they got it in Santa Monica. I guess they were getting lunch at Shutters, which is a really fancy restaurant hotel in Santa Monica where you literally can eat like right on the beach. It's really beautiful. So I don't know if they were eating there, if they were checking in there, whatever they were doing. They seem to be really happy, but of course, everyone is wondering, is Josh Richards okay? We hope he's okay. We're sending love to him. He really seems to be the one that we haven't heard of. We're waiting to hear from him. We will likely hear from him, I think, as we report this tomorrow. They're releasing an emergency BFFs podcast with Dave Portnoy. So we'll probably hear his side of the story and how he's doing then.
Yeah, I'm waiting on that podcast.
Yeah.
Like I love TikToker tea. Like I just think it's so fun. Okay.
No, I'm
a
very
lot.
curious.
There's
I'm
a
very
lot here.
curious to see.
Yeah, there's a lot here. So what do you guys think about what's going on with all this? We love you too, Maya Hurley. Thank you so much for watching. Kenya saying Mads and Josh deserve so much better. I agree with you. I think they just deserve happiness. I think, they were in relationships that weren't serving them. They deserve happiness. Nicole is saying, the best friend code, but you can't help what people feel. I guess you have to follow your heart, like the number 3, right? It says. Yeah, Mavi feels really bad for Josh. Naya says, Josh, we love you. Yes, we do love Josh. We're sending nothing but love to him. Angel McCrae ships them, TBH. I think she's talking about Jaden and Nessa, which they are very cute. They do seem very in love. Yes. So, things are happening. Keo had a whole live on the situation, which I didn't check. Did you guys see Keo's live?
Yeah, I saw clips of it. He was doing a bit much for me, I'm gonna be honest.
What was he doing, Kaylana?
He was just like standing up, like talking, but like not really yelling. He was just like
Giving a
speaking
TED
with
talk?
passion.
He was giving a TED talk, it sounds like?
Yeah,
The headset in?
Yeah, just like about like the entire situation, and like basically saying like it was kind of like to Nessa, and he was basically saying that like Nessa's never liked him and all this stuff. I was just like, Keo, you're doing a bit much for me right now, best friend.
Well,
but
what had happened is Keo had tweeted when this was all going down
Yes.
last night. He had 2 nights ago now. He had tweeted like popcorn emoji, I'm neutral,
Yep.
popcorn emoji, and then like Michael Gruen, who is like best friends with Josh, he's a manager of some of the Sway Boys. He got involved and he was like, Keo, like stop being a B, like Josh has always been there for you, stand up for Josh. So like then I guess was Michael Gruen maybe like directing him in this TED talk? Like what was going on?
both the managers are like pulling them every which way,
Well, I know. I don't think that Keo's not on that Miami trip. I think he's here in LA. But, I guess he felt like he had to make a statement, but maybe he didn't have to make the statement. I'm curious what you guys had thought. Aesthetic Baddie says, y'all literally had such a glow up, all of you. I don't know if she's referring to us as on-camera hosts.
I mean, she could be talking about all of us, all 7.
Thank you, I guess. We appreciate it. Sophie says that Keo's reaction was literally all of us at home. That's really funny. Jory Hope said they did not cheat on, they just broke up. Yes, we're getting that confirmation, which is great, that there was apparently no physical cheating involved. But
Yeah.
I mean, how is that not emotional cheating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is that not emotional? Which is almost, to me, I think, worse than that.
Yeah.
Hello, Chloe. Hi, Chloe. Cosmic Chloe. Thank you so much for watching. Alyssa, we love keeping you updated. I'm so happy that you're here and that you're listening. That is what we love to do here at Hollywire. So thank you so much for watching. Hi, Chloe, again. I'm saying hi to you again. Vanessa is so sorry for Josh. So are we. We feel really bad for Josh. We hope he's doing well. People love Keo's reaction. They're saying it's everything. Maybe I got to watch it now. You guys are telling me it was great. Kaylana said it was a TED Talk. I'll watch it. I mean, I told Kaylana it was a TED Talk, but it just makes me wonder if Nessa and Jaden are doing this to hype up their song together, says Luann. Yeah, Luann, we covered that a little bit. If you're just tuning in, we talked about that as a possibility because, I mean, the timing of all of this is interesting, but I don't know. I don't think you would get a tattoo to promote your song. I don't know. Maybe you would get a tattoo to promote your song.
Well, it looks more real, the relationship with the tattoo. So,
yeah.
you know
It's
what I
like-
mean? It
but
looks more
also-
official.
Like a 3 could mean anything, I think getting tattoos that are not someone's name, it's kind of like a better one because if it does. Also, Jaden has a lot of tattoos. This is not Nessa's first tattoo, so it's kind of not terrible. Queen Debbie says, I get the way they went about it was shady, and I feel so bad for Mads and Josh, but Naden is cute. Jaden plus Nessa equals MGK. Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. Oh, got it. MGK and Megan Fox, a.k.a. they're twin flames. I mean, I do see that. I do see some twin flame action going on there for sure. Lucy is asking, do you think that it was wrong for Mads to go through Jaden's phone? I think have you guys ever gone through a significant other's phone?
Okay, when she was explaining it in the BFF's pod, or not the BFF's,
Yeah,
call her
it's
daddy.
okay. Call her daddy. yes.
And call her
Don't throw
daddy.
up. Don't throw up.
The way she was explaining it was like, she had that gut feeling, and so that was like her only form of like getting the answer that she wanted, or like confirming what she already knew. Like privacy, okay, I understand that, yes, but then also he didn't really care about your feelings when he was like, over there. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was kind of like she felt like she was going crazy and this was all in her head. So I think she needed to look at the phone to get the validation.
Yes.
I do think that, like, if you are if your significant other doesn't let you look at their phone, that's a big red flag. And also, if you are tempted to go through a significant other's phone, that is also a red flag of either your own trust issues or that, you know, maybe your gut is right, that there is something going on and there's something they're hiding. So yeah, I hope none of you get to that situation in a relationship where you are tempted to go through your significant other's phone.
Yeah.
But also, let's not forget that she avoided the most that she could going through that iPad.
Yeah.
Because like she called, she texted, she waited for an answer. Nothing was happening. She waited a couple more hours. She said that she waited for 6 hours. Then she waited for a couple more hours. And then texts were coming through the iPad. And then she was like, you know what? This is sounding iffy. Let me just check it out. And then she saw all the voice memos. And that's when, so it is just hard because she already had that feeling. Like he came back and got the phone from her hand.
Yeah.
So the manager told him to get the phone. So she was probably like, what's happening? Why can I not have your phone? So she already had that feeling instinct about them both. And then the manager got in the middle and got the phone away from her. So I get why it happened. And if it needs to get all the way there, it's probably not right anymore.
John Bender is saying that Mads even got blocked by Jaden. I don't know if that's true, but I think Mads said that she had blocked everyone because it was just too much for her. I could see that possibly happening. I don't have the confirmation on that. Ooh, Brito is saying Nessa and Jaden are so fake. I don't know. Something about it, I think, I feel like it's real. I really do. Oh, there's Alyssa is telling me to look at the title of Dropouts Podcast, episode 42.
Ooh, that was a specific...
I don't know what's in that. Okay, let's see what's in there. Seems like I'm getting like some clues.
Yes.
You know? And then also Grishema is saying apparently, Mads and Jaden got matching tattoos when they were dating. That's not apparently, that's official. They definitely had matching tattoos, that's for sure. Michelle says, I feel like something happened between Josh and Nessa. If Nessa tweeted that the truth hurts, I wonder how long Jaden and Ness have been dating. Yeah, the timeline we don't have confirmation on. According to Mads, there was no cheating, but I mean, we know they were hanging out for a while as friends. We know they were working on this song for a while. We know that. So yeah, I don't know how long it was going on, and I don't know exactly what part of the truth hurts, because it feels like we got the truth, but I guess there's more.
Yeah.
Like, what is the truth that hurts?
I think
Lizzo.
I think when Josh comes out with his podcast, I think that's going to be the final nail in the
I hope so, because I don't know if I can keep on reporting on this.
No, I'm also curious.
I'm sweating over here. It's hot in the studio, but also the tea is hot. So.
No, I'm also very curious to see who are all of these people that all of a sudden started texting Mads back, because in the very beginning of the podcast, everybody learned that she was going on the Call Me Daddy podcast.
Oh, because of,
And then all these people that stopped talking to her, calling her crazy, all of a sudden were like, hey girl, are we good? Are you gonna talk about me today? I wanna know who these people are. And I also want her to be like, knowing who these people are and knowing who were with her yesterday and all of a sudden who weren't with her yesterday, and all of a sudden they're like, no, we're your friends now, you're not crazy. I
definitely think it might have been Jaden and Nessa. I know her and Jaden have like been talking, but I think that might have been like Nessa finally like texted her about like, hey girlie, so heard you going on the podcast, like trying to like fix the situation before not
worse.
Necessarily the truth, but like before Mads tells her side of things.
Latine Bat keeps asking where Gina Rosenberg is, which I think means Jana Rosenberg. And if you mean Jana, I don't know where Gina Rosenberg is, but I do think that Jana is actually coming back on Friday to do the news. I've heard that. Rumor has it. So maybe that's confirmed. We should probably tune in on Friday to see Jana, not Gina. Sorry about that. That's Gina. I don't know a Gina Rosenberg. I know a Jana very well.
I'm so dead.
Lindsay is asking, is it right for us to be judging their actions just because they're popular? That's a good thought, and we think about that a lot. We're not really judging over here. We're kind of just letting you know what we know. We're keeping you clued into all the stuff that we know that's going on, because there isn't any judgment. You know, at the end of the day, if it makes them happy, who are we to judge? As Sheryl Crow once saying, if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad, right?
Yeah.
No, exactly. And we also don't know all the truth. As we just said, we only have Mad's true story right now. We don't have anybody else's. And at the same time, we will never have the actual real truth because none of us were there. None of us were in their beds.
Amelia wants to know, do you think that Jaden and Mads will get back together? Do you think they could ever recover for this, or you think it's donezo?
I think later down the line, like if things don't work out with him and Nessa, and you know, they grow and they're older and they're more mature, I think they can like patch things up and like see where things go from there. But like even Mads was saying it, like the relationship just like it was at its end, like it wasn't really healthy for either of them right now in this point in time.
There you go.
I see it a little differently. I just feel that she right now is hurt, but still a little bit in love maybe. But then she's gonna grow up, and then because already they were not working, kind of sort of when they were together. But she has that young love that you think that that's your biggest love, and you need him or whatever. I think that she's gonna grow up and mature, and then she's gonna see that that was not it, and then she's gonna meet better men, different men, and then she's gonna be like, oh, that was really not it, and then she's gonna like really move on.
Do you think that Jaden may have lied to Mads? The queen bees want to know. I don't know if Jaden lied. I think maybe he left things out, which is, I guess, also lying when you just don't tell some facts.
Yeah, there might have been some withholding of the truth.
Yeah, withholding the information.
Yes.
You know, see, things like this, they're kind of tricky too, because it's like, why, you know, you lie because you don't want to hurt the other person, but then it's also like, well, you lying hurts more than you just like being straight up with me about whatever's going on, you know? So, I don't justify it. I understand. I don't empathize, but I understand.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's just unfortunately that's so normal with people. I personally get really mad at that. Like I've had many relationships where people just withhold the truth, and I'm just like, sometimes I'd rather you tell me, and I can just like get through the pain and the hurt and forgive you, maybe, because like sometimes you never know, the person that you probably hurt is more forgiving than you think, and I would rather hear it and just forgive you or tell you, yeah, that was really bad, goodbye, than hearing from a third party, and then that just gets worse. Like the breaking my trust is the worst thing that you can do. So I just feel that conversations should have happened instead of just like learning through an iPad with a manager just giving you advice on how to deal with your actual girlfriend.
Those voice recordings too. Oh my goodness! Like I could feel her. She's like, I wish I got a screen recording of it.
Yeah.
And also, Daytona Flores wants to know: do you think that Josh is going to forgive Nessa for all this, or do you think Josh will ever forgive Jaden? I feel like Josh will most likely forgive Jaden before he'll forgive Nessa. I do think down the line they're all gonna have to get to be cool with each other. With that, it is time for some Hollywire trivia.
Woo!
Today the topic is Jason Derulo. We're gonna do all of his trivia. So we're gonna start with the first question. How did Jason Derulo start his music career? Was it as a wedding DJ, a songwriter, busking? What's busking? Or producing. I don't know if that's a typo. Bussing, maybe? Busking? Busking? Does anyone know what that means?
I don't know.
Kelsey's laughing. Do you know what it means, Kelsey?
Yeah, the people who play out on the street.
That's busking.
That's
I didn't know the name of that. Okay, so guys, was he a street performer, a wedding DJ, a street performer, a songwriter, or was he producing?
Okay, it's either songwriting or producing.
Okay, all right. Rodrigo, what do you think?
I would say songwriting.
Songwriting. And also, guys, if you know the answers, let us know. Oh, yeah, songwriter. A lot of people are saying songwriter.
So songwriter.
We're going to go with songwriter. Woo! 1 out of 1.
All
You're
right.
ready for some fun. Okay, number 2. The heat is making me delirious.
We're literally Miami right now.
Who has Jason Derulo not written songs for? Sean Kingston, Little Mama, P. Diddy, or Justin Bieber?
Ooh, okay, I think it's just Justin.
The Biebs?
I think it's
Justin Bieber?
Justin.
Okay. I'm between Justin Bieber or Little Mama.
I think it's Justin Bieber too. I feel like we would know that, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's Justin.
Yeah, Justin. Yeah,
let's
the
go.
chats are thinking Justin too. Okay, we are gonna go with Justin. That's correct. 2
Woo!
out of 2. We are crushing it. What is Jason's real name? Is it Jason Joel Derulo Ox? Is it Jason Derulo Son? Is it Jeremy Drew? Or is it J Son Deruler?
Okay.
Damn.
Who knows?
I know it's the X one, Derulo. It's like, because it's French. I think
Okay.
he's like Haitian, so it's French.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
Kaylana?
how I know this.
Des Rulo X.
All right. I'm with
Des Rulo
Kaylana.
X. Jason Joel Derulo X.
Okay,
I don't know. I saw
okay,
Emily
Gabby.
in Paris once, and I drank Sancerre last night, so I think I know. I definitely don't. You guys are giving me number. I think everyone thinks it's the Jason Joel Derulo X. Okay, so we're gonna go with that. Is he French? Yes. Woo! 3
Come on,
out of
Kaylana.
3. Which former American Idol winner did Jason date? And I love how the picture of this is a very jacked, shirtless Jason Derulo to prove to you that he could date any American Idol contestant he wants to date. Is it Kelly Clarkson, Carrie Underwood, Fantasia Barrino, or Jordan Sparks? Who did he date who was an American Idol
Oh, Kaylana
alum?
knows this. I can feel it.
Yeah, it was Jordan Sparks.
Jordan
Yeah.
Sparks?
I thought they really
Jordan Sparks? Yeah, I ship that. Okay. That's correct. We are crushing this.
Who would have
Okay.
thought that we know so much about Jason Derulo?
I don't know. We know 4 out of 4 questions about Jason Derulo. Rodrigo, we're crushing it. Which superstar did Jason go on tour with? Was it Lady Gaga, Beyonce, Katy Perry, or Ariana Grande? Musically, I feel like Ariana Grande makes the most sense. Or Beyonce, but I feel like we would have remembered if Jason Derulo opened for Beyonce, right?
Yeah.
I have been to every single Beyonce concert and never seen Jason
a
Derulo.
I know, that's like me and John Mayer. I could tell you everyone who's opened for John Mayer.
Exactly.
So I think we're going to take Beyonce out. Although, yeah, Ariana Grande. People are saying Ari in the chats. I think it's
Yeah.
Ariana Grande. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, it was Lady Gaga. That makes no
Ooh.
sense. I can't hear that. Can you hear Jason Derulo
Wow.
opening? I don't know. I just feel like a Jason Derulo fan and a Lady Gaga fan are like 2 different people.
Yeah.
Damn. I would love to see which era of Lady Gaga he opened for.
Maybe it was like really early on. Like
Yeah.
maybe it was like when her and Perez were still besties.
Yeah.
Okay. What sport did Jason play in high school? Was it baseball, volleyball, basketball, or soccer? I like how he's wearing a hoodie in this picture that's tie-dye, so we know he's sporty.
Yeah, this one I actually don't know, guys.
Anyone know? Let's see. Soccer? People are saying soccer or volleyball.
I think
Or basketball.
soccer.
Let's try soccer.
I think
I could
soccer.
see him playing soccer. Yeah, I
Because
could totally
the French.
see
Let's
that.
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah.
say that.
But he calls it football. Okay. No, it's basketball.
Damn.
We lost our mojo, guys. We got to get it back.
Okay,
Okay.
let's reconnect,
Whew.
guys. Let's reconnect.
Let's focus. Which of the following is not a Jason Derulo song?
Okay.
Riding Solo, On My Mind, What You Say, or Trumpets?
Oh,
Okay.
it's the second one.
The
Is
On
it
My
the second?
Mind?
Yeah.
Well, What You Say is a Jason Derulo song, but it was originally an Imogen Heap song.
Oh, but
Is that a
does
trick
it does it
question?
count if he covered if
I
like
think
if
because I guess it's featuring Jason Derulo. So you think it's which one?
the On My Mind one?
On My Mind. Okay, do you guys agree with that? Everyone's saying two On My Mind. Yeah, okay, people are agreeing. Okay, let's hope it's this. Yes. Good thing you didn't listen to me and me. Like, this is why I did bad on multiple choice questions, because I was like, I would overthink it instead of going for like, no, that is his song, Gabby. Don't try to be smarter than the test. Okay. Where was Jason Derulo born? Was he born in Maryland, Vermont, Florida, or California? Too bad France wasn't it. 'Cause
Yeah, I
at
was
this
ready-
point
I was
been
ready
like,
for
yeah, he's
it.
from France, obviously. Does anyone know where he was born?
Wait, can you go over the options?
Yes. So the options of where he was born, either Maryland, Vermont, Florida, or California. And people seem to think it's 2, which I think would be Vermont.
Yeah,
I think it's Vermont.
I was between
Vermont.
Vermont and Maryland.
Vermont. People are saying Vermont. Yeah.
Let's go Vermont.
All right, we're going to go with Vermont. Let's hope this is correct. Florida. No one said
Damn.
Florida. We got a 5 out of 8. How did you guys
Okay.
do? How well do you know Jason Derulo's trivia? Let's see what people were thinking here. How they did. Anyone? We got a 5 out of 8. It's not great. 8 out of 8 to Lateem Vat. Wow, congratulations to you. That's very impressive. Lateem Vat is also a big Gina Rosenberg fan. Love her for that. 8 out of 8 to Sinead Dalton. 7 out of 8 to Alyssa Whitehead. Oliver Garrett got an 8 out of 8. Congratulations to you, Oliver. Good for you. 7 out of 8 to Alyssa Whitehead. 8 out of 8 to Mary. 7 out of 8 to Alyssa. 8 out of 8 to Skylove. You guys are crushing it. Wow, you did really well. It's okay if you didn't do well because there's better luck next time. As I said before, turn on those notifications. Subscribe to us so you can be the first to know when we're going live and we're doing some trivia. Ava got an 8 out of 8. Alexa got an 8 out of 8. Mona got a 1 out of 8. Mona, that was me yesterday. I get you, girl. It's okay. 7 out of 8 to Adriana. 8 out of 8 to Alexa. 6 out of 8 to Amelia. 7 out of 8 to Janae Headley. 8 out of 8 to Zahara. 6 out of 8 to Shanek. You guys are doing really well. David Simon got a 1 out of 8. It's okay, David. Better luck next time. It happens to the best of us. Now I feel like people are telling me like fake low scores because they want a shout out. I'm like, some of these were pretty easy. Freya got a 6 out of 8. Also, if you just pick what we got, you would have got at least a 5 out of 8. All right, guys, what do you think about the whole Jaden and Nessa situation? Is Josh Richards okay? Let us know your thoughts. I'm Gabby Conti.
I'm Kaylana Lari.
And I'm Rodrigo Varandas, and follow us at Hollywire for your 24/7 celebrity news.